Hello, my name is Luciana Betnego. Today I will present the result of my research together with Dr. Cecilia Esti Nugraheni and Ms. Ame Fedora entitled Forex Sentiment Analysis with Python. Here is the outline of my presentation today. I started with the background, the problem statement, and the purpose of our research, continue with the result of a literature study of material related to my research, analysis, implementation, experimentation, and close with conclusions. I will start with the first part, background and research objective. Forex is the foreign exchange market traded 24 hours a day, 5 days a week by banks, institutions, and individual traders. 7 major currencies that are traded in pairs are Australian dollar USD, Euro USD, British pound sterling USD, New Zealand dollar USD, USD Canadian dollar, USD Swiss franc, and USD Japanese yen. Our previous work in 2018 built Forex robots that work based on technical and fundamental analysis. To minimize trading risk, not only technical and fundamental analysis, sentiment analysis plays an important role in trading decisions. So the purpose of this research is to collect Forex market sentiment and then compare it with the actual market price. There are three main pillars to pay attention to in Forex, namely technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and sentiment market analysis. This research focuses on how to get Forex market sentiment data and compare it with the actual market price trend. Furthermore, literature study and analysis were carried out with the following methodology. Based on the goals that have been set previously, the first step is to identify the data needed to achieve these goals. The first data needed is data on public opinion and market sentiment towards certain currency pairs. The second data is the actual Forex price data. These two data will then be compared to determine whether market sentiment can be used to predict the actual market price. The next step is to retrieve these two data from the corresponding data sources. In this study, we obtained the data from www.investing.com and www.twitter.com. The data obtained were then be cleaned. The goal is to simplify the next process, namely market sentiment analysis. I will explain in more detail this entire process in the next slide. I started with the first stage, which was taking Forex price data and market sentiment tweets. Market price data is obtained from the Forex portal website, www.investing.com. This data is then stored tabularly in the Pandas data frame data structure, like shown in this figure. The second dataset needed is public opinion or sentiment data on the 7 major currency pairs in Forex. This data is obtained from tweets of accounts related to Forex analysis and news such as Daily FX, 50 Pips, Forex Factory, Catillion, Tony Signals, and other 12 well-known accounts. This data is retrieved using two Python libraries, namely TwePy and SNSCrab. TweetPy library is one of the most popular Python libraries to set up access with Twitter. SNSScrap is another library for scraping tool built especially for social media network services or SNS. As part of the analysis, we compare these two libraries to decide which one is better suited to use. Here are the results of the comparison. The comparison is made based on the following aspects. Limits on the number of tweets that can be retrieved in one retrieval process, the time limit, the retweet filter, and language features. The TweetPy library, limiting the retrieval of tweets to only 1,000 tweets with a maximum time of up to 1 week. In our experiment, because of the 1,000 tweet limit, we can only get tweets from 1 up to 2 days back. The advantage of TweetPy is that there is a retweet feature to determine whether the retweet is taken or not, and a language setting feature. The second library used is SNSScrap that doesn't have limit for the number of tweets that can be retrieved, and the user can determine the time range for retrieval of tweet data. But the drawback is there is no retweet filter to determine whether the retweet will be taken or not, and there is no language setting feature. However, some methods can identify the language. Based on the result of this experiment, we decided to use SNSScrap for the next experiment because it was more suitable for our problem. The next step is to clean the collected data using various techniques, such as downcasting, punctuation mark removal, duplicated data removal, and numbers removal. This table shows an example of the result before and after the clean process. After cleaning, the next step is to conduct a sentiment assessment of tweet data. We use two libraries, namely TextBlob and Fader Sentiment. Both can be used to analyze sentiment of tweets data. For each input tweet, the TextBlob library returns two outputs, namely polarity and subjectivity. Polarity is a float range from -1 until 1 that indicates negative sentiment for -1 or positive sentiment for +1. And subjectivity is a float range from 0 until 1 that shows the subjectivity level of text data. This table shows that there are 3 examples of tweet data along with their polarity and subjectivity values. In the first tweet, we see there is a downtrend phrase that states the price of the currency pair is falling. If seen, the polarity variable is negative. Similar to the first tweet, the second tweet also has a negative polarity value. If we analyze it, there is indeed a bearish word, which means there is a downtrend in the currency pair. While in the third tweet, the polarity is positive in line with the finding of positive words such as recovery in the tweet. Yeah. The second library we use is Fader, short for Valence-Aware Dictionary for Sentiment Reasoning. It is similar It is a similar library for processing data originating from social media such as Twitter and Facebook. And it combines qualitative analysis and empirical validation by using human raters and the wisdom of the crowd. This library returns three values for assessing sentiment: negative, neutral, and positive, which indicates how negative, how neutral, and how positive a sentiment is. While the fourth value compound here is a combination of the three previous sentiment values, which are then be normalized into a value. This table shows example of these four values for two tweet data. In the first tweet, there are words like prices drop. If you see the result of the compound value, it is negative. While in the second tweet, there are words like bullish, which means the trend is up, good for currency pairs. And the compound variable is positive here. In the experiment, the result of the calculation of this sentiment value will then be compared with the actual market price. The total tweets collected were 5,851 tweets in the period from October 12 until November 1st for tweets related to 7 major currency pairs in Forex. This is the result of our experiments. Based on the visualization result for British pound sterling USD in this figure left, where the orange bar shows the neutral sentiment value and the blue bars represent the positive sentiment value, and the green bars here shows the negative sentiment value. As can be seen from this figure left, the most detected sentiment per day is neutral. In addition, the visualization also shows that the number of tweets that are detected neutral is always followed by the number of tweets that are detected positive. There is no date where negative sentiment is superior compared to the other two sentiments. If we compare this visualization result of sentiment scores with the actual price movement on the right here, it can be seen that the sentiment values tend to be positive in the blue box here, as the actual prices tend to rise or bullish. Similar to GBP USD, the visualization of Euro USD shows dominant neutrals followed by positives almost every day in the observation period. These positive sentiments are in line with the actual price, which tend to rise, as shown in this figure on the right. While neutrals dominate most of the days in the Australian dollar USD watch period here, positive sentiment scores are worth almost as much as neutrals. Even positive sentiment winning on certain days, as shown in this visualization on the left. This is in line with prices that rose sharply during the observation period, like can be seen on the right side here. In the USD GPY currency pair, The dominant sentiment is positive throughout the observation period. On some days where the neutrals are dominant, the positive sentiments are almost close to the neutral dominant value. This is in line with the price movement, which rose sharply in that period, as can be seen on the right side figure here. Based on the visualization of New Zealand dollar USD sentiment score as shown on the left figure here, positive and neutral sentiments alternately dominated during the observation period. Negative sentiment never dominates on any day during the tweet's retrieve range. And this is in line with the uptrend prices that continue to rise during this time interval. In the USD Canadian dollar currency pair here, sentiment score plotting plots that the sentiment detected most is neutral. Positive sentiments tend to outperform negative sentiment in the time frame observed. But it's not in line with the downtrend that happened in the market here. So if we add a technical analysis such as the intersection of the short and long period moving averages, there is indeed a turning point here from the uptrend to a downtrend at the beginning of the observed period. Based on this experiment, it can be concluded that sentiment analysis cannot stand alone without other analysis such as technical and fundamental analysis. And how about USD Swiss franc? Based on the visualization of sentiment scores on the USD Swiss franc currency pair here, positive sentiment and neutral sentiment alternately dominate in the observation time frame. The tweet data containing this currency pair seems to have a more mixed sentiment, such as the previously observed currency pair New Zealand dollar USD. Negative sentiment occasionally dominates or equals with other sentiments. And we can see on the actual price chart on the right, there is an overall downward trend, although it rose for a while, but then fell again. If a technical analysis is used, such as the intersection of the short and long period moving average here, the indicator intersection, an indication of a trend change here, occurs in the middle of the period. If we examine further, there is a fundamental news with moderate influence affecting the downtrend, as seen in this figure. So, as a conclusion, we conclude that the retrieve tweet data are dominated by neutral and positive sentiments, even though the actual price is trending down. So we conclude that sentiment analysis cannot stand alone without technical and fundamental analysis. They need to be combined to minimize the loss of a trading decision, such as buy or sell. So for further development, this research can be continued by taking more tweets data taken every day to increase the accuracy of predicting market sentiment. This sentiment analysis can then be combined with technical and fundamental analysis to get better price prediction accuracy. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you for your attention and bye.